All right, guys, Ask a Felon back with another one for you. Just jump right to it. While I'm thinking about it, hit that subscribe button for me, please. What was the biggest mistake you made while trying to stay hidden? Trusting people. That was the biggest mistake I made. Trusting anybody. I don't care who it was, even my family. They didn't turn me in. Well, my brother and his girlfriend turned me in. But I mean, as far as my family that I fucked with all the time and stayed, I steadily stayed with messing around and I always had a good relationship. They didn't turn me in, or they would have never threatened to turn me in. But biggest mistake was trusting people, like the people I ran with. I mean, I didn't tell people I was on the run unless I really thought I could trust them. There was people who automatically knew because my picture was in the newspaper. They had my picture wanted in a Watchdog Weekly ad, and they gave them out for free at the gas stations next to the newspapers. So there was a lot of people who knew I was on the run because my picture was in Watchdog Weekly. I'd walk into stores and the clerk would be like, "Hey, ain't your name blah blah blah? You know you're in the newspaper wanted." I'm like, "Yeah, I know," and then I get out of Dodge quick. But luckily, the time that happened, it was a girl I went to school with, so she was cool. And another story, I'll get to this right here. But me being in that Watchdog Weekly led up to somebody who I thought was a friend. He wasn't. I didn't think of him as a friend. He was an associate for drugs, is what the fuck he was. But he tried to set me up to get the $1,000 reward that they had out for me. Damn, sorry. Did you ever come within minutes of getting caught? Yep. Matter of fact, 2 or 3 times. First time was one of the times, well, not the first time. One of the times was when this guy who I was just talking about tried to set me up for a $1,000 reward. They came with the Bearcat. They came with like 4 or 5 sheriffs, city cops, and they surrounded the house. But somehow they did not come in. They was calling me on the phone. He was calling me on the phone and was telling me, "You might as well come out. We know you're in there," all that shit. But I wasn't answering it. He was sending texts telling me, "You might as well come on out. They know you're here. They seen you run in." Well, apparently they didn't see me run in, or they would have came in and got me. I left the door open and there was 2 dogs in there loose barking. So I don't know if they didn't come in because of the dogs, but I'm pretty sure if they seen me with their eyes physically run in, they had the right to run in that house after me. But then again, they might have seen me and didn't know for sure it was me either. Because the way the boy tried to set me up was a mess. He was trying to be slick, but I knew what was up after 6 hours of waiting on his ass to come and sell me some gold. Because I used to buy and resell gold, silver, and tools and shit. I'm a hustler. I mean, that's what I did out there. That's how I survived when I was on the run. I'd flip shit. But that was one close call. Another close call was I just left a dope dealer's house and he called me like 5 minutes later and was like, "What's your name?" Because they just surrounded my house looking for such and such. And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." He's like, "Well, you barely missed them, boy. You got lucky tonight." And then there was another time they came to, I was at my mom's house. I just got off work roofing and I was sitting in a chair and I couldn't see the window where I was sitting, but my mom could. And she tells me, "Brian, go hide." I'm like, "Why? What's going on? What's up?" She's like, "There's a bunch of flashlights out front." Sure enough, it was the cops parked down the road and walked up to the house. So I hid in the bathroom. I already thought I was going to jail, so I got my needle out. I'm about to get me a shot while I'm waiting on them. Don't open that door. Don't open the door. And just let me get my shot. Let me get my shot in before we open it. Well, my mom ended up opening the door, and they was like, "Hey, is Brian here?" And she's like, "No." And they're like, "Do you know who we're talking about?" She's like, "Yeah, my son Brian." He's like, "So you don't mind if we come in and look then, huh?" She's like, "No." He's like, "No, we can't come in," or "No, you don't mind." She's like, "No, you can't come in." And the cop said, "That's all right, ma'am. He's in there. We know, but you're his mom. Have a good evening." More or less, he was telling her, "We understand you're his mom." I think that they got tired of people calling on me because there was a spurt where everywhere I left, somebody was calling on me. And now I know who it was. After all my probable cause affidavits and all that shit, it was my brother and his girlfriend. Some of the grimiest just thinking about them makes me mad. So yeah, I had a lot of couple minute calls. What was going through your head the minute you realized police had you? Nothing. Just I would literally my mind was blank because I called and turned myself in. I told him, "Come get me. I'm tired of running. I'm gonna be waiting right here for you." I just got in a fight with my girlfriend. I done lost my shit and was pissed off and in a rage. And I was like, "You know what? Fuck it. I'm tired of people trying to turn me in. I'm calling right now. I'm going to turn myself in. Ain't nobody catching $1,000 off of my fucking off of my fuck up. You ain't gonna catch $1,000 in your pocket to turn me in, you grimy motherfuckers. Did you ever see somebody completely lose their mind behind bars? Yeah, there was a guy who came in jail, and he was methed out. Apparently he'd done a shit ton of meth before he came and got arrested. He had a toothbrush, and he was going through the jail, inside the jail, in our dorm, our block, or whatever you want to call it. And he was cleaning the vents with a toothbrush. He was on the floor with a toothbrush, cleaning everything in the jail. And he did that for like 3 or 4 days. And then one day I see him tying up a shirt. He's putting shirts together, tying them up. And he ties it to the rail at the top tier. And then he ties it around his neck. So everybody starts beating on the door, telling the guards, you better get the fuck in here. You better get the fuck in here. This motherfucker's about to hang himself. And everybody was like, you ain't doing it on my watch. You ain't doing that shit in front of me. I ain't about to see that shit. So everybody went up there and stopped his ass. But yeah, he was about to flip over that edge with a rope around his neck. What's the biggest secret you kept from everyone while using? That I shot up. The biggest secret I kept from everybody was that I shot up. I remember there was a time I shot up and I missed, and it turned into a big abscess. And I mean, it turned into so big of an abscess, it looked like I had damn near a softball on my arm underneath my skin. And I had to, it turned so big that I could stick my thumb down inside it, probably about that deep. It was a black hole, a completely black hole that I could stick my thumb in up to about the knuckle. And luckily somebody I knew, their dad just had some kind of surgery where he had something, and it was some kind of wrap that regrows, it helps regrow the skin. And they gave me one of them, and that's when everybody found out I was shooting up. But I hid it for probably 3 years. And then, but when that happened, everybody figured it out. They knew that I had been shooting up. Did you ever have to choose between getting high and eating? Yep. I chose getting high every time. I'll go get me a can of corn if I get hungry. But I've been that way my whole life. I'm not one of the people who's big on eating. Like, I eat to survive. That's about as much as I eat. I'm not one of them that's like, oh, I love spaghetti. I love pizza. I don't care about food. Like, food is just there to make me survive. That's the way I look at food. So that's why I've always been little my whole life. I don't ever gain because I just eat to survive. That's what I feel like it's for. It's there for you to survive. That's the only purpose of food. Not to gorge on, not to sit around and eat the shit out of a lot of sweets. I was eating sweets and sweets and sweets. I mean, when I was in jail, I was going through boxes of oatmeal cream pies, fudge rounds, hoes and beans. I was eating the shit out of it when I was withdrawing. But yeah, I choose between eating and getting high a lot. I always chose getting high because I'm one of them people, I can go 2 days without eating shit. Like, literally, I can go 2 days without eating nothing at all, and it don't faze me. What's the longest you ever went without sleeping because of drugs? I'd say probably 4 days. Last time I did that, I ended up wrecking my truck twice in one day. Actually, tried twice in about a 4-hour period. I wrecked, and then it was a head-on wreck. Got out of that one. I was fucked up out of my mind. Hadn't been sleeping, and on top of it, I was on meth. Hadn't been sleeping, on the downers, and on Suboxone. So I had a whole big combination. But luckily, I didn't go to jail. Cop said that we don't suspect him of being under the influence. I wrecked that day. Damn. I wrecked that in the morning about 8 o'clock. That cop let me go. I drove my truck back home. And then I got into an argument with my stepdad. Lost my shit on him. And I just threw my truck in reverse and flew out, backed out of the driveway without even looking. That's how much I didn't give a shit. I didn't even look. It was a long driveway off onto a busy road. Well, I just hit the gas pedal backwards and wham, flew out there in the middle of the road and got bam, smack, spun me around and shit. So I wrecked it twice in one day. Same cop came out, told me, boy, 2 times in one day, you better keep your ass in the house. So I got lucky on that big time. And that was all because of not sleeping. It was me not sleeping for 3 or 4 days. I'm pretty sure it was like 4 days. 4 days I didn't sleep. I might have nodded off a couple times somewhere, but other than that, no, I didn't. I was up for a good minute. It was I don't do meth much. I've only did meth a few times in my life. I just don't like it. I don't care for meth. I'd rather do coke or something. What's the biggest betrayal you ever experienced from someone you trusted? That would have been my brother and his girlfriend. I never trusted my brother's girlfriend, but I trusted that my brother could keep her under control and tell her, you turn my brother in, me and you's going to have problems. But that ain't how it worked. So, yeah, that right there that was probably one of the biggest betrayals I ever experienced. My brother turning me in after I was on the run for 4 years, 5 years. And because I turned myself in before, and then I got out and ran again. I've been on the run, so it's like it's a. That's why there's so many different stories. I'm trying to put them in a chronological order. I got videos up on my homepage, and there's my story 1, and then there's my story part 2. This way, you guys ain't lost in these. If you actually care and you want to learn more about how everything led up to what it did, I got my last 2 parts of my story up. I'll be doing my part 3 this week sometime. This way, everybody got an idea. They understand where it started, how I got up to this point, and all that. But with that being said, guys, make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. And until the next one, see ya.